My name is Tim Bomba. I'm 53. I produce music for film and records, and I'm doing my first Ironman.
Hi, I'm Liz Oakes. I'm 32, single, creative design manager, and I'm doing an Ironman.
I'm Josh Crosby. I'm 31. I'm an indoor rowing instructor and creator of Indo Row, and I'm doing my first Ironman.
Hi, I'm Gloria Devon Berger. I'm 40 years old, and I am a happily married, working mother of 2 beautiful girls, and I'm training for an Ironman.
My name is Luis Canales, and I am 31. I'm staying at home, living with my parents, and I'm doing my 3rd Ironman.
My name's Matt Dixon. I'm 31 years old, pro triathlete, and I'm just about to start training for my 6th Ironman.
Well, typical life on the weekend during the season usually involves attending a race. So today, for example, I woke up at I think it was like 4:30 or 5 and basically got ready to head out to Malibu to attend as a spectator, which is what I do often because as part of the Tri Club, you want to be there and generate buzz and like be supportive of the members. Go out there and you clap and you take pictures and cheer people on. I was there basically to support all of my friends doing the race, several friends who were doing one for the first time. I guess it was 94, I started to get involved in triathlon here in California, and I started to get familiar with ocean swimming and starting to really understand that. And I have a tendency to jump in with both feet whenever I do anything. So now I'm the managing director along with Brian Morrell, as well as the social director for the LA Tri Club.
So my day-to-day started at 7 a.m. before Indo Row, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Indo Row has become a big part of my life. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of output. At 8 o'clock I am on. Deep breath in terms of giving my energy to my clients, in terms of trying to get them motivated and fired up and ready to go after it. Just like how I feel about working out. You really gotta commit, you gotta be focused, disciplined, and really go after it. My dad and my grandpa all were rowers. My grandpa rowed till he was 94. My dad still rows at 66. And I started rowing at St. Paul's School in New Hampshire, where I wanted to play lacrosse. And my dad said to me, 2 weeks, give it 2 weeks. Try rowing and see how it goes. And then if you don't like it, go back to lacrosse. And after 2 days, I was hooked, and I've been doing it ever since.
Today, went to Hermosa Beach. I had an ocean swim with my team and training participants. When you go under and you see a big wave coming, think about grabbing the bottom of the ocean, like the sand, and pulling yourself through and pushing off the other side. We did about a mile swim. There was some good surf out there. It was pretty fun. It would have been good to play in there a little bit longer. That was fun. We came back out. I knew that I fell in love with the sport, that this is something that I could actually become good at. I think in high school, I started partying a lot, and I pretty much let myself go. And I got really fat. I woke up one morning and looked in the mirror, and I was just completely disgusted with myself. I had this big belly that just kind of rolled over my jeans. And I said, that's it, no more, I'm dropping weight. So I started working out. A year later, a friend of mine knew that I was already working out a lot. He came up to me and he said, there's this triathlon up in Yosemite. He said, let's do it. I really didn't know what a triathlon was. And my friend and I showed up, and we're the only 2 guys when we go to the start line wearing Speedos. Everybody else had wetsuits. So my friend and I stood out like sore thumbs. Ended up coming in 4th place in my age group. And I was like completely blown away that I did that. I was like, holy crap, I took 4th and I don't even know what I'm doing. I never had any kind of drive in my life. And when I found triathlon, it's like all of a sudden something came into my life that I was like, this is what I want. This is what I love to do.
So today, day 1 of Ironman training. Really looking forward to meeting with Ian. I've taken several of his swim clinics, and I've seen him and his other coaches around events, and I was really looking forward to hearing what he had to say. Just learn from him about training for an Ironman.
Have you ever run a marathon?
Yes, I actually did.
Tell me about that.
Went really well. Told him everything about me, what I've done so far, and he didn't come back and say I couldn't do it.
The dilemma you're going to face is balancing Ironman preparation with your family and with your job.
I had a great little running training session with him and looking forward to more. So that went really well. Triathlon, something I thought about years ago. I remember seeing the original footage when they first started showing Ironmans on TV. So amazing. And you'd see these professionals, and you think, well, maybe someday I could do that. And I'd always kind of swum and run and bike for fitness, but never trained to that extent. I had my second baby and decided it was time to lose my baby fat. Then I just decided, you know what, maybe I could try that triathlon. Then in last year, this time I did the Los Angeles Triathlon, the Olympic distance. And it was interesting. Wasn't as prepared as I could have been. I don't know if you ever are. But I made it through and it was great. It was just such a wonderful feeling to make it out of the ocean alive. And since then, I've just wanted to do more, wanted to do longer distances. I mean, if I set my mind to it, I can do it.
6 or 7 in the morning, I was sound asleep. Willow and Kylie, her little sidekick, decided it was time that I should get up, and I get the craziest alarm clock ever. It was a mix of tongues, paws, and it was a little confusing because there was more than one tongue in there. We went outside, had some breakfast, and then we headed over to the test site. 6 months ahead, I was diagnosed with a form of chronic fatigue. Essentially, my body was in an extremely catabolic state, or a state of complete breakdown. When somebody tells you you can't do something that you love, and something that that's your career, and you're going to need to find something else to do, you want to find out whether it's the right opinion. So I went up to San Francisco. I went to a specialist there whose specialty was chronic fatigue. He said, you can't do anything for 6 months. You're done. Your season is over. The good news was that he said, if you commit yourself to recovery and doing everything you can do to be better, by the time Christmas rolls around, you can be back up to full training, and you can be better than you've ever been before. This test would really act as a diagnostic tool so far as how much I had regressed or gained in my ability to produce power on the bike, and a really good picture of where my fitness was after 6 months of inactivity.
We want to do this with your natural pedal stroke using as little energy as possible.
So I started the test, and it starts very easy. I have a gas mask in, I have a nose clip in, we're feeding into a computer, we're on the ergometer, and I have Charlie there monitoring my progress. I have Phil monitoring my metabolic progress.
This year, back in February, the idea came up for an ocean clinic for people who had any kind of uncertainty about the ocean. And I basically thought this out because I can relate to those people so well. Every Wednesday down at Ocean Park in Santa Monica for an hour, we had to cap it at 15 people. And it was a 1-hour clinic, basically teaching a little bit about the understanding of the waves, the motion of the ocean, helping people to better understand the situation so that they would know how to deal with that situation. And it got to the point that the RSVP list was overflowing and people would have to cancel because we could only take so many people. I think the swim is my weakest sport. I lived for 40 years with an intense fear of water and drowning. When you figure you're never afraid of water, you're afraid of the worst possible situation of water, and that's drowning. Though my parents tried to give me lessons as often as possible, nothing worked. I was completely terrified of water. Though I could swim underwater, I couldn't get on the surface of the water and go 10 feet in a swimming pool that was 3 feet deep and breathe and try freestyle. I would hold my breath, hyperventilate, thinking I was going to drown, yet at any point I could stand up in this water.